So the students who have connected online, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. And we will start in some time. Just wait. We'll start at 7 o'clock sharp. 6:24, 5, 6:25. Application frame. So meanwhile, if you have any doubts or any questions, you can ask me. Okay, we will start in a minute, every one of you. Just in a minute, we will be starting our session. So am I audible clearly? Someone please unmute and respond.
Yes, you're audible.
Audible, right? Okay. Okay, we'll start now. So today is a regular class 2. Today is regular class 2. And last time what has happened is, I mean like last Friday, that is regular class 1. So far we are done with demo classes, and after demo classes, one class we are done with. So that one class you guys can go through it. If you have not attended last class on Friday, you can go through the recorded video. Today is going to be our regular class 2. So this regular class 2 is continuation of what has happened on previous day on Friday. So let's try to recollect what we have discussed on Friday. So at a high level, I will explain you. So Friday we discussed about application types, and that is 2 types of applications: framework implementation and advantages. Like that we have discussed. So what is an application? Application contains functional components. Functional components may be related to user interface, related to business logic, related to database. Any components, all components combination will be available in an application. And the application, whatever that we are going to have, the architecture can be created as 2 layers application. That is minimum 2. Minimum 2 means definitely there will be one framework layer and one implementation layer. So how many implementation layers will be there for your business applications? How do you know that? How do you know that? So the number of layers that you are going to have implementations depends on how many lines of business you are going to have. మీరు PEGA క్లాస్ ఈ రోజు ఫస్ట్ క్లాసా ఆన్లైన్ నుంచి అటెండ్ అయ్యి క్లాస్ రూమ్కి వచ్చారా? ఆన్లైన్ అటెండ్ అయ్యి క్లాస్ రూమ్కి వచ్చారు. మీరు కూడా అంతేనా? ఫస్ట్ క్లాస్. ఓకే, మీ నెంబర్స్ నేమ్స్ ఇవ్వండి దీంట్లో. జస్ట్ హోల్డ్ ఆన్ ఎ మినిట్ ఎవ్రీవన్. మీ నేమ్ వాట్సాప్ నెంబర్ ఇవ్వండి, పాస్ చేయండి. ఇదిగోండి. ఓకే, సో let's go ahead and start now. So we have discussed about application, and then 2 layers will be there in the application. One is framework and another one is implementation layer. So in every business there will be different lines of business. Lines means, suppose if you take insurance, personal vehicle insurance, commercial vehicle insurance, home insurance, life insurance, these are said to be different lines of business that I have explained in the last class. So all different lines of business you create as different implementations. You create as different implementation applications. So one is the core application is framework application. Framework application purpose is it contains reusable functional components. See, the functional components which are common across different implementations will be available in framework application, and the functional components which are very specific to one line of business will be available in one implementation, will be available in that particular implementation. You pass on that. Okay. So that particular implementation, it will be available. So like this, we can be having n number of implementations in a business. One framework usually will be available, but there can be more than one framework also. We'll talk about that later. Okay. So whenever we create our business application, we are going to create at least one framework and one implementation application. Okay. And then, so after you create implementation applications, common functionalities will place in framework, which can be reused by implementations. That means the advantage of creating an architecture of framework and implementation is we can achieve reusability. What we can achieve? We can achieve reusability. What is the exact meaning of reusability? Reusable means making it available in a common place so that it will be accessible to multiple different implementations. Reusable. I told you one example. So just instead of providing a water bottle to each individual student in each class, we can have a water dispensing machine in the common area. So when we have it in common area, that will be accessible to everyone. Like instead of setting up two different TVs in two different rooms in a house, we can have only one TV set up in hall so that it can be shared and reused by different people. So you can save the money, okay, and it will be reusable. And reusability is something where you are going to one or more implementations can use the components from common place, can access the components from common place. Then easy to extend. Suppose if you add one more line of business in the future, you don't have to recreate the things again and again. When you extend your business, then what is the core component available in the framework that can be reused, and of course it is going to be cost effective, time saving, and there will be a financial benefit. This one I told you, you can sell your framework, you can sell your framework separately to other vendors. From that you can make out money out of it by a subscription model, something like that. So that these many advantages are there when you create an architecture, when you set up an architecture to have framework and implementation. Suppose if you create only implementation, of course your business will run properly. But while you are extending your business, it will be a problem. Again, you need to recreate everything from the scratch. I will ask you one question here. So we all know that it is possible to access the components of framework into one or more implementations. That for that we have a diagram also. So where is the diagram? What is your passion? 6, 12, 25, right? Probably I have placed here. Okay, no, I did not place here. Diagrams. This one only, no? So look at this diagram. Here, you have a core framework application. Under this framework, you have implementation 1, implementation 2, implementation 3, implementation 4. Multiple implementations are there under one framework. Okay, very good. Now, the component which is placed at framework will be accessible to all implementations. You know that. So if you have one customer details form here, it is accessible to loan, insurance, banking, investments, everywhere you can use that. What if I have any functional component at loan? Will that be accessible to insurance, banking, and investments? Means from one implementation to other implementation, is it possible to access? It is not possible because these are siblings. This architecture is just like inheritance concept in OOPS. Inheritance means what? Parent and child relationship. Anything that is available at parent will be accessible to all children. will be accessible to all children. But siblings means child 1 cannot access child 2 and vice versa, cannot access. One more point we need to think. Is it possible to access a functional component which is available at implementation into framework? Is it possible or not possible? Means from child to parent. Can parent access the components of child? Is it
No.
possible? Yes or no? It is
No.
not possible. I already told you an example also, like how it works in real life. The real life, what are the rules and regulations are there? From the same real life, technologies are being derived. Okay, technology also defined in the same manner. So any functional component which is available in framework application can be accessed by all implementations of that framework. Now, two other points are, a component of implementation 1 will not be accessible to another implementation. A component of implementation will not be accessible to framework. Will not be accessible to framework. Understand clear, everyone? Online students, are you clear? So that's what about the architecture of framework and implementation. Now, what are we going to do today? So we are going to jump to today's session, okay, with a diagram, starting with diagram. So our aim is now to create a new application in PEGA. So what we want to do is, first we want to create one framework application. First we want to create one framework application. In future, we are going to create functional components inside the framework application. Those are common, means it's not specific to any line of business, common to all lines of business. Any functionalities which are common framework application. Okay. So common functionalities we will be placing in the framework application. And once we are ready with framework application, we will be creating one or more implementation applications. We will be creating one or more implementation applications. So here you go now, IMPL1. So similarly, IMPL2. So that means we are going to create, first of all, framework application. And after that, we'll create implementation application. So functionalities, we will do it later, one by one. It's not that you should complete creating functionalities of framework and then only you should create implementation. It's not like that. Okay. And moreover, you are going to create framework application which contains some functionalities. You are going to create implementation applications. Those contain some functionalities. Then where do you create this framework? We create the framework in PEGA platform. In PEGA platform. I'll explain you that. But before that, I wanted to tell you about something else called how do you access PEGA environment in your laptop. Okay, that's what I'm going to tell you for 2 minutes. It is just simple thing. You have installed PEGA software, right? So most of you would have installed PEGA software, almost all everyone. If anyone has not yet been installed PEGA, reach out to us. I mean, like if you face any issue during installation process, reach out to us. If you do not have software download link and installation video, contact us, our admin, on this number. So admin number is this one. Just I am typing once again the admin number. Admin number is +919652532753. So contact the admin on this number so that you will be able to get that software download link and all. If you face any issue during installation, also contact the same. Now, after you successfully install PEGA software, you will be seeing 3 icons on your laptop. One is startup icon related to PEGA. Another one is login icon. And third one is shutdown icon. Startup, login, and shutdown icon. 3 icons you'll be seeing. Startup, login, and shutdown. Now, in order to access PEGA PRPC environment anytime, what do you need to do is, you need to first double click on startup. I have arranged these 3 in a proper order like startup, login, and shutdown. But you may get it in a jumbled manner. You can arrange it on your desktop. So first you need to double click on startup. What is going to happen when you start up is PEGA server is going to start. That is Tomcat server. What is the server? Tomcat application server will be getting started. See, this task may take, starting server may take 5 minutes to 15 minutes of time. Initial stages, it may take even 15 minutes for you, but going forward, it will speed up. For me, it may take usually 5 minutes or less than that. So remember one thing, this command prompt window, you should never close it directly. You should never do that. I will tell you tomorrow what if you directly close, but for now, what you all do is, maybe when you install PEGA, you might have closed this command prompts directly. You might have done that. As of now, no problem. You just try to start up the server, and as long as you want to work on the PRPC environment, this command prompt should never be closed. If you close this command prompt, which means you are going to shut down your server in a forceful manner, Okay. So as long as you want to work on PRP's environment, the server should be up and running. The server should be up and running. That means this command prompt, after you start up, you can minimize. Okay, no problem. But you should not be closing. So unless and until the server comes up, you cannot see the PEGA login screen. But how do you get login screen? See the second icon, login. You double click on login screen. It will open in your default browser. It will open in your default browser where, just hold on. You see, this is still loading. No, you are seeing it is still loading. It is not showing the login screen. It's almost 30 to 15 to 30 seconds. Still, it is keep on loading the browser window. After few seconds, it has loaded. Now, if I close and open, it will load immediately. See, it will load immediately. Previously, why it is loading? By that time, server is not started. That means after you start up the server, you minimize it. Then you click on login. If you see still keep on loading, means your server is still coming up. Your server is still coming up. You can stay there. Once you get login screen here, which means your server is started, you should not close this server. Okay. Now you log into PEGA using default credentials. What are default credentials?
Administrator.
I have given this all to everyone. PEGA.com. Administrator@pega.com, and password is rules. Install. Sorry, you are right. Install. Password is install, and then you click on login. That is the default credentials for every one of you. Even in real time also, when they install PEGA enterprise version, same credentials, no difference. Okay. That will be accessed by tech leads at the beginning of the project. Okay. When you join a project, you will be created with some login ID separately for yourself, and it will be given to you by your team lead or maybe colleague or whoever it is there in your already there in project, they will give you. And after you log into PEGA, it will take you to one predefined application called PEGA platform. What is the application? PEGA platform. See, PEGA PRPC environment itself is one application. This itself is one application. You are accessing in a browser, no? You are accessing in a browser or not? PEGA environment itself is an application with predefined functional components, and it is used for application development. It is used for application development. That means PEGA platform itself is one predefined word. What is the meaning of predefined? What is the specific terminology in PEGA for predefined? I already told you this on last class. OOTB. What is that? OOTB. OOTB stands for out of the box, which means predefined. So this is an OOTB application provided by PEGA. It is an OOTB application provided by PEGA. Okay, which contains many OOTB rules. Rules means what? Functional components. All the functional components here in PEGA, we call them as rules. Okay, now? So rule means any functional component in PEGA is said to be rule. Every functional component in PEGA is said to be root. For example, you see here. Send email notification. Send email notification. So there is one predefined functional component ready-made available in PEGA platform. Its name is send email notification. Use it for sending emails purpose. Okay. We are not going to use it. Just I wanted to show you that's it. Name by name. Now, where these predefined functional components available? We already discussed. Application contains functional components. That's what we discussed now. Application contains functional components. That's what we discussed. Now, PEGA platform comes up with predefined rules, means predefined functional components. Where these functional components should be available, these functional components also should be available in an application. No? That's what PEGA platform application. You see here the diagram. So I'm going to draw a diagram here. Okay, so here we go. Now, there is already a base application provided by PEGA by name PEGA platform. What is the name? PEGA platform. So what does the PEGA platform application contains? OOTB functional components. OOTB functional components. Okay, which can be reused into our own business applications. So whatever the functional components that are available provided by PEGA, whatever the predefined application provided by PEGA by name PEGA platform, this is said to be enterprise framework. What is it said to be? Enterprise framework. Why it is enterprise framework? Because the functional components available in PEGA platform can be used by any vendor, any business application, can be used to develop any business application of any client. So enterprise framework. Why it is framework? Because the functional components provided by PEGA PRPC, PEGA platform, can be used into any business application. You can reuse into any business application. Already we told. So any functional components which are reusable will be placed in framework. Means an application which contains reusable functional components is a framework application. So PEGA platform contains reusable OOTB functional components. That means PEGA platform is a framework application. PEGA platform is a framework application. Make sense? Clear, every one of you? Are you clear with this point? Everyone. So my screen should be visible to every one of you. I am sharing my screen. Sarika, you should be able to see my screen. All others can see my screen, yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, if there is any issue, Sarika, please reconnect. I am presenting my screen here with the diagram. So why PEGA platform is framework? Anyone tell me? Why PEGA platform is framework? What is the reason we call it as framework type? Because
It contains
Because they're
functional
providing
contains-
predefined functionalities.
predefined, not only predefined, but also those
reusable.
are reusable.
Reusable.
The reusable function, some, not everything for which are needed for your business. So many functionalities which are required for your business are available ready-made in the PEGA platform. So PEGA platform is an OOTB application which contains OOTB functionalities which can be reused into your frameworks or implementations. Whenever you create your application, framework application, we do not create it separately. We create our framework application on top of PEGA platform application. Already basement is ready. If you want to construct a house, where do you construct? On top of the basement. So basement is provided by PEGA systems. Okay. On top of basement, you start constructing your own business framework. This is my own business framework. This is also framework. My business framework. What is my business? Insurance business. Insurance related framework I have created on top of enterprise framework. On top of enterprise framework. Now, from this, what we can understand is, for a business, there can be one or more frameworks. There can be one or more frameworks. Understand clear, everyone? There can be one or more frameworks. On top of your business framework, you would be creating one or more implementations. Understand clear, everyone? I will share this document with every one of you. Okay, now? What is this one? Application layers. Application. Okay. Framework and IMPL layers. Application 625, right? Your batch number 625. Okay. So this diagram I'll show you. This is the architecture that we are going to achieve today. But already in this architecture, one layer is available. Which layer is available? The very bottom one, PEGA platform, is already available. PEGA platform is available. Anything you are going to create now, it will come on top of PEGA platform. So we need to make sure to create our framework on top of PEGA platform. Once your framework setup is done, then create implementations on top of framework. That's the practical we are going to do now. So here I am going to create one document for us, practical document for us. Look at here now. Working with what? Framework. Okay, working with application creation. That's what we are going to work with. So practical we are going to do. Now in this, so creating a new framework application. That's another point we are going to work on. But in the application creation part, just give me 1 minute, please. In the application creation part, what are the things we are going to create? Now, to create a new application, I'm drafting the notes. To create a new application, any type of application you want to create, we use, otherwise PEGA provides a wizard. What is the name of the wizard? Wizard name is new application. What is the name of the wizard? New application. That's it. That's the name of the wizard. Wizard means navigations will be there. Wizard means navigations. Next, like that. Now, after this, while we create a new application, we should provide below details to the system. What are the below details you will provide? I'll tell you. First one is, of course, if you are creating an application, it should have a name. Application name you should provide. You should only provide. How PEGA knows what you want to create? It doesn't know. You provide some name, unique name to your application. Okay. You provided application name. Okay. After that, you choose application structure. What do you mean by application structure? Means we discussed now type, FW or implementation. PEGA provides one option. You choose that option. I want to create FW. I want to create implementation. Like that option you choose. Okay. You have chosen this one also you have done. Third one I will tell you after some time. Organization name. Organization means it's a topmost business entity. Example I'll tell you right away. Reliance Industries is an organization. Otherwise, Tata Industries is an organization under which there can be n number of divisions. No? What are the divisions? Tata Motors, okay, Tata Steel, okay, Tata Consumer, okay, Tata Telecommunications, okay, and okay, maybe like this there can be n number, no? So all those are called divisions. For every business, definitely there will be some organization. Reliance Industries, Reliance Jio is there, Reliance Retail is there, Reliance Petroleum is there, Reliance Telecom is there, Reliance Entertainment is there. So many are there. These are all divisions of that business. So when you create a new business application, it is mandatory that you provide some name to the organization of your business. That is mandatory. And then provide operator ID. Operator means login. Operator ID means what? Login ID. So for PEGA platform, you got default credentials that you are going to use to create your own application. And after your own application is created, you need the own login details of your application. You will further use your own login details whenever you want to access your application. See, remember one thing, operator ID, okay, then password will be generated. What will be generated? Password will be generated by PEGA. So we are going to do this now, creating a new application. That too, creating a new FW stands for what? Framework application. So you need to, for this, you need to log into PEGA using default credentials. Default credentials. Those are administrator @pega.com and password is install. Password is install. This is username and this is password. So the requirement is create a new framework application for insurance vendor, insurance business, for insurance business. Create a new framework application for insurance business for XYZ client. For XYZ client. Client can be anything. Client name you can give any client name of your wish. What is your batch number? 625. I will save these documents in a folder like this. So with the date and all. What is the date? PEGA class. PEGA class. Okay. 10th March, right? I'll go by okay, March 10, 2025, 7 a.m. 7 a.m. So everyday document will have date. So that if you miss the class, you can easily understand by the date, that's the document. Okay, password is install. So you will be logging in for this requirement to implement. XYZ can be anything, design. So after you log in, oh, I'm sorry. I'll give the design word here. Okay, you are going with design. Okay, so once you log into PEGA using default credentials, these are the credentials. This is operator ID. Operator ID means what? Username. Username. And this is what? Password. Password is case sensitive. Remember that. So after you log in, click on PEGA platform menu. You'll be clicking on what you are going to do practical. I am writing here. Then choose new application. Then it opens a new application wizard, So we will follow this navigation now to do it. So you all know how to access PEGA environment, right? I told you. Once you are here, so once you log into PEGA, I'll log off and log in back using, okay. I'll give the screenshot of login also, okay, because it is for the first time, so that you will have a clear idea, clarity. Administrator@pega.com password is install. Password is install. Understand? So this is the password. Okay. And now I'm going to click on login. I'm going to click on login. So once I click on login, it will take you to Dev Studio. Dev stands for development. Dev stands for what? Development or developer. Developer Studio, Development Studio. Developer will use the Dev Studio to develop the applications. And here on top left, you see application PEGA platform. One icon is there. That means it is a menu. It is a menu. Click on this menu item and you choose new application. This is what I have already drafted the navigation. Are you able to follow? Everyone who has connected online, are you able to follow?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Here you go. New application. So once you have chosen the option of new, I'm sorry, I did not give the navigation or what. Just hold on a second. I'll give that navigation screenshot also. We close this new application. New application. So once you choose new application, no? Here you go now. Here you go now. Here. So what type of application do you want to build? See, build from scratch is one option. AIG, Star, Geico. These are many options. What are these things? You know what? These are framework applications. These are framework applications. Suppose if I click on AIG and proceed further, my application will be created on top of AIG. If I click on star and proceed further, my application will be created on top of star. If I click on build from scratch, my application will be created on top of PEGA platform. On top of what? PEGA platform. So which one I want to do now? I want to create on top of AIG framework or on top of PEGA platform framework. PEGA platform. So what do I choose? Build from scratch. See, build from scratch, indirectly you can understand PEGA platform. The list of applications that will be displayed here are framework type applications. Implementations won't be shown there. So when you create a new application, PEGA is going to provide you names of all available frameworks. Whatever the framework
Sir, I do have a doubt.
Hold on. Whatever the framework you click on and proceed further, your application will be created on top of that particular framework. So I'm going to click on what? Build from scratch, which means you want to create your application on top of PEGA platform. So click on build from scratch. Yes, what is your doubt now? Ask me.
It is created default or else you have created previously these
See,
4 icons.
build from scratch will be there for every one of you. Remaining 3 I have created for another batch PEGA training. So
Okay.
if you create multiple frameworks listed here, okay.
So the default one is build from scratch, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Application will be created on top of PEGA platform framework. Your application will be created on top of PEGA platform framework. See, you know what? Once you click on build from scratch, once you click on build from scratch of your application, what happens, you know, it will show 2 options. One is theme Cosmos. Second one is Cosmos React architecture. See, this is UI framework. What is these things? UI frameworks. These are UI frameworks. We will work on Cosmos React in latest version of PEGA 24 on cloud environment. As of now, we are going to work on Cosmos theme Cosmos, which is a user interface, a traditional UI. If you join any project, you know, 99% of you are going to work on traditional UI architecture only. So people are slowly upgrading to latest architecture. We can work on latest architecture also as part of our course. Now click on what? Click on theme Cosmos. Theme Cosmos. That's what you are going to click on. I am going to click on theme Cosmos now. Select this. Okay. Once you have selected theme Cosmos, okay, you are now here. No? You are now here. It is asking, okay, you said you want to create your application on top of PEGA platform. Plus, you would use a theme Cosmos UI appearance, something traditional UI appearance. Then what is the name you want to provide to your application? Tell me that name. That's what it is asking. I want to give a name like HDFC Insurance Group. HDFC Insurance Group. Group means it's a framework. Independently, I will say insurance or something. For implementation wise, I'll tell you. Okay, clear everyone? HDFC Insurance Group. This is the name I have provided. Now I have 2 choices. One is you can further click on create application to proceed creating your application, or you can click on advanced configuration, which will show you some options where you can choose application type and some of the other things I will show you. Okay, before we proceed further, let's make a small announcement to every one of you. So since last week, we are seeing PEGA openings for 2 years experience also. Since past almost 6 to 7 months, we have not seen openings for PEGA 2 years of experience. We are seeing mostly 3 above only we are seeing. To the people who have gap after education and are working employees, I just wanted to give the information. So it seems like I have seen for 3 vendors, means openings have started even for 2 years experience, 3 years experience also we have seen. Last week, I had kept that in my status. So I have given you my phone number, right? So I will give you, okay, you can keep it with you. I'll give you another number because I'm finding it difficult to manage on that new number. So I will give you late coach. 8 p.m. batch. Okay. Okay. Tomorrow I'll decide and tell you, no problem, about this new number. But okay. For now, you proceed. What is that? You want to create new application where you are going to create your application name as HDFC Insurance Group. Okay. And just announcement is 2 to 3 years also openings are coming. Okay. Now I'm going to click on advanced configuration. Click on what? Click on advanced configuration. See, it is the point that at the very beginning level, we will go slowly. We will go slowly. I am not in a hurry to just take you to the navigation so quickly, but the momentum will pick up slowly as we proceed further. Okay, as we progress further, the momentum will pick up and we will be doing somewhat faster than this one. Okay, now. So this is the pop-up window you've got. Once you click on what? Advanced configuration. Now, here it has options like choose your application structure. Two options are there: framework, implementation. By default, PEGA has chosen it. Chosen what? Implementation. But this time we do not want to create implementation. We want to create our own framework. What if I do not come to this screen and proceeded forward? I would have got implementation application type. I would have got implementation type of application, but I want framework. No. So I will change this option. Choose framework at application structure. Application structure. At application structure, you would be choosing framework. You would be choosing framework. Okay. So I'm going to choose framework here. That is the option I am going to change. After changing the option, I will highlight that and give you in the screenshot. Understand? Make sense? Clear, everyone? Okay, now looking at the screenshot, you can understand we have chosen framework. Now you can see here application ID. What is that you are seeing? Application ID. HDFC INSU. HDFC Insurance Group. That is the name of the application I have given. From that name, it has chosen 8 characters for application ID. See, every rule you create in PEGA will have mainly application, ID and label. ID and label. HDFC Insurance Group, whatever the name we have given, that is label. ID is HDFC INSU. For everything you create in PEGA, there will be name, there will be ID. See, all of you are students at Harsha trainings, correct? You all will have a name, definitely. And also after a few days, you will be assigned with some enrollment number, correct? That's what your ID, student ID. So you have student ID as well as you have a name. In a system of this Harsha Trainings Institute, how can I uniquely recognize each student by name or by student ID? By ID only. So that's how in PEGA also, for everything you create, there will be name, there will be ID. Names are just for display purpose. Internally, system will understand only by IDs. So ID generated, I am not changing. If I ask you what is the name of your application, you can say HDFC Insurance Group. What is the ID of that? HDFC INSU. HDFC INSU. You want to change it, you can change it, but I am not changing it. I just wanted to show you. Next, the base language of your application is English. Okay, let it be like that. And organization name. This is very, very important. What is the name of the organization you are getting? By default, PEGA is displaying a random name, choosing a random name. Okay. So PEGA has chosen a random name of organization. But that is not so meaningful, right? But it is not meaningful. It is not meaningful with respect to our business, So let's change that name. Let's change the name. So remove random name and manually type. Okay. What is the name? I'll give HDFC. What is my organization? That's it. I want. So I am going to backspace it here. Backspace. See, already available organization it is displaying. There are 4 organizations already available in my system. It is showing. See, In PEGA environment, if you see a text box with a thick blue color dot at the right bottom corner, which means it is a drop down, To access the drop down components, you click the down arrow. Click the what? But that is when you want to select something already available. You don't want to select. I want to type manually. So I'll type HDFC. I'll type what? So once you type here and tab out, automatically it will be copied to below also. See, this is label, display name. This is ID. Here in this case, ID name both are same. So ID can be anything, but name can be anything. ID is this one. So in our case, ID is also same. For everything you create, name will be there, ID will be there. Okay, you enter this. So then what about these things? Division name, unit name, application, class group, all these. See, I'll be teaching you these things after some time. After some time. Understand clear, everyone? So, but as of now, you just leave that and click on save button. Click on save button. Once you click on save button, you will be back to the screen where you have clicked on advanced configuration. You can go back and cross check whether the details that you have provided are still staying there or not. So application structure is framework. Application ID is HDFC INSU. Organization name is HDFC. I'm okay with all the options that I have now. And I'm going to do what? Click on the button. Click on the button. Create a new create an application. Create. So this wizard will now create a new application for you. Means it will create application. It starts creating application. It creates application. It creates application. It creates application. There it will create. It will create below. What it will create? Application it will create. Okay, very good. Second one, it will create organization. It will create what? Organization. Many things it will create, out of which operator ID and password. And I will show you this. Next, classes will be created. Rule sets will be created. What is that? Rule sets. Access groups. Access work groups. Work basket. Access roles. Role to object. Okay. Role to object. Etc. So you don't have to remember these things from 4th to 8th. You don't have to remember now. You try to remember only application, organization, operator ID and password. Remaining things will get as we proceed further in our sessions. So here you go now. This is the screen you got. After you click on create new application, this is the screen. I'm sorry. This is the screen you have got. It says that congratulations, your HDFC insurance group application is created and ready to use by you, but there is no username for it. You need to optionally add your username. If you don't add any username, you cannot log in. But if you want to log into your application, you can provide your username. See, user ID, you can provide anything in an email ID format. In what format? Email ID format. Type an operator ID in email ID format. In email ID format. I am going to type that now. So what is the name I can give here? What is ID? See, meaningfully, I'll give something. I am a developer, right? I want to log into my framework application to develop something. So my development operator ID belongs to which application? HDFC. So I'm a developer, dev, framework application, FW, developer of framework @ email ID format I need to follow @hdfc.com, domain.com. Developer operator or framework application of HDFC application. So meaningfully in that sense I have given. Is it mandatory you should follow this same name? No. It can be any type of email. I mean, like anything, email ID format is must, but anything you can create. It's not mandatory that you should use your Gmail ID. Don't do that. Just try. This email ID doesn't exist in reality. No problem. No problem if it doesn't exist in reality. Now, beside this, there is an option, Cosmos authors. So what is the meaning of author? Already you know that word author. In your day-to-day life, you might have heard so many times. No? Who is an author? Author means who is author? Author is a book publisher. You know, right? Publish. Whoever is publishing. Here, application publisher is called author. Whoever develops the book, writes the book, author. Application developer here in PEGA terminology is called as author. So click on add. Click on add. So once you click on add, it will further create the remaining things. Further create the remaining things. That is operator ID. See now. Copy this operator ID and password. Copy this operator ID and password into Notepad. See, why should you copy? User ID you can remember, operator ID, but password you cannot remember. No, that is something like randomly generated one. No, password is randomly generated one, which you cannot remember. No, so we got our own application. No, just click on done. After this, just click on done. So once you click on done, from here you have at the left bottom corner one log menu. This is called operator menu. For Gmail, when you log in on top right, you will find circle. Same way for PEGA, you'll find left bottom. You click on this and you see what? Log off. See what? Log off. Log off from administrator. This is what you've got. Login back. Now we can log in. We can log into our own framework application. That is possible now. So let's log in now. How do you log in? User ID, I remember. I'll only copy password. That is, user ID is devfw@hdfc.com. Password is whatever the generated password. So when you click on login, it prompts you to change the password. For the first time, when you try to log in, what will happen? It will prompt you to change the password. You change it. Current password. What is the current password? This is the, you don't know, right? Current password, you just provide here. Current password. Okay, copy paste. New password, myself, I am giving it like RULES rules so that I can remember it easily. RULES rules. You can provide any password of your wish for a new password. Change password. Change password. It will take you to where? Tell me. Take you to framework
platform.
application. Framework. Why PEGA platform? PEGA platform credentials are different now. Now we are logging in by using our own credentials. So obviously it will take, based on ID, it will take you to respective application. If you use administrator@pega.com, you'll go to PEGA platform. If you use devfw@hdfc.com, you'll go to HDFC application. Okay, just wait on this. It will load slowly. It has loaded now. FW app loaded, where it has loaded App Studio. You know what? App Studio. So App Studio is a developer platform. App Studio, it is a developer platform using which we can develop application functionalities. It's a quick development studio. Which has some limited features. There is one more studio. You know what? Dev Studio. What is that? Again, what is it? It is a developer platform using which developers can develop the application functionalities. It's full. Okay, this developer platform will have full capabilities of development. Full capabilities of development. Understand clear everyone? Now look at here. So now look at here, you will close this. You can switch to developer studio. So click on App Studio and switch to where? Dev Studio. Okay. So click on App Studio and switch to Dev Studio and switch to where? Dev Studio. I'm going to switch to Dev Studio now. Okay, clear everyone? So this is where you come to Dev Studio and click on App Explorer on left side. Click on App Explorer on left side. So when you come here, you will get recents. You click on this what? App Explorer. Just for sake of going there, but you are not going to do anything as of now. You are done. We are done with today's session of creating framework application practically. Tomorrow, what are we going to do? On top of this framework, we are going to create implementation. Now, you know what? Here you see two applications now. What are you seeing now? Two applications. When you log into your framework HDFC, here you can see application name HDFC Insurance Group. When you log into HDFC, it is showing two applications. When you click on this using mouse, HDFC Insurance Group as well as what is there? PEGA platform, which means your application HDFC Insurance Group is created on top of PEGA platform. Is created on top of PEGA platform. Make sense clear everyone? Online students, are you clear with this? Any doubts or any questions in this? So you will be able to understand what is theme Cosmos, what is Cosmos React and all after some time. Just you proceed with that navigation as of now. Okay. It's a traditional UI framework. That's it. Whatever the user interface you are seeing now, for this there is a name, theme Cosmos. What is the UI structure you are seeing here? This is theme Cosmos structure. But as of now, you are a beginner, right? You cannot understand fully. Okay. Just we'll go slowly. Yes, please. Anyone asking something?
Yes, sir. What is the difference between App Studio and Dev Studio?
That's what App Studio limited features of development. Dev Studio is having full features for developer. So we will be accessing both. You will understand slowly when we start using these things. You'll understand, oh, App Studio only this much. Dev Studio has a lot of features and all. So PEGA is turning towards App Studio from Dev Studio because making it available for all developers in a simple way you can develop. Quick development. What is that? Quick and simple development. Dev Studio is for architects. What is for? Architects and it's for tech leads. That's what PEGA's intention going forward. Okay. But mostly today, if you join project, 95% you will work on Dev Studio. Okay. New version, if you join, you have to maximum try to do everything by App Studio. Not possible, then only you go to Dev Studio. So what happens over a period of next 5 years? Probably Dev Studio access will be restricted to developers only, will be taken by your tech leads. App Studio will be provided to all employees. Juniors and seniors. Okay, tech leads only will have control over Dev Studio over the period of next 3 to 5 years. Okay. Any other doubts or questions?
So,
Sir,
sir,
how
we
can we recognize?
How
Hello?
can you recognize what?
Yeah, it's an themes of we have created over there.
I will show you those
Instead of
options.
creating.
How can you recognize
Okay.
after created? How can you recognize whether it
Okay.
is created on theme Cosmos or React? There are options to see. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
Next, any other doubts?
Okay.
So, sir,
Okay.
we can
Everything is fine.
immediately
Yes,
switch to App Studio and Dev Studio. I mean, at any time.
You can switch back from app to dev to app like that anytime. No issue.
Okay.
Sir, our HDFC insurance application is available in both App Studio and Dev Studio?
It will be available. Studios are different. The application is same. After you log in, you are changing the way how it appears. This appearance or other appearance like that by Studio, but both are same applications.
So can you give one example of any feature that is present in Application Studio and
You don't need to think about these things.
Okay.
You will come to know slowly why you need to go now. You'll come to know slowly. At least once we do some practical, you'll understand. Otherwise, you cannot understand. My style of teaching is like, after practical only you'll come to know what anything. So some of the things I'll give you as points. Okay, you just need to take it as a statement and leave it. You will experience that going forward. Okay.
Oops.
Okay. It is 8 o'clock now. We'll continue tomorrow. I will be sharing this document. I request every one of you, please finish your installation process and also please complete your fees payments today or tomorrow morning. Okay, at any cost. Okay. So tomorrow also this free meeting link will be functioning, working, no problem, but completed by maximum by tomorrow. That's the deadline. Okay. And one thing is you will get this particular practical document with screenshot by screenshot and video also given to you. I requested every one of you, please go to our YouTube channel and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I will tell you some playlist of videos which you can watch during the weekends. During the weekends, that will help you a lot to make you as a real-time resource. Understand clear, everyone? Okay, so we'll continue tomorrow. I'm going to close the meeting. Thank you, everyone. We'll continue
Harsha,
tomorrow at 7 o'clock sharp. Yes, please.
this is not regarding today's class. Actually, I am working on one of the in my company on one of the user story. So can I ask like what problem I'm
Not now. You
Not
need to
now.
contact me, okay, on my number after 10:30 a.m. Okay.
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 It's just okay.
Are you in urgency to ask that?
Yeah.
What is it?
Actually, I'm trying to create a dynamic layout inside the repeating dynamic layout. So is it possible to create that way or no? I just want to know.
Okay, just give me 1 minute. You're using section-based development, right?
Yes.
What is that? You want me to take dynamic layout group?
Not group. I already have a repeating dynamic layout, and in that there is a section, and after that section I want to add one dynamic layout, and in that dynamic layout I am trying to uh, put one checkbox. So I'm not
This is
able.
what the section you have, some section. And after the section you want to add dynamic layout. It is not possible. It is not accepting. Only one layout will be repeated dynamically at runtime. Okay, checkbox if you want, just give me 1 minute. It is not even accepting. No, it is not possible. Okay, but you can try this way. Add dynamic layout.
Are you
Inside that,
sharing anything?
yes, I am showing my screen. Oh, just hold on a minute, please. I'm sorry. I think I have stopped sharing. Okay, this way you try. You add one dynamic layout first of all. Okay, now into the dynamic layout, you add repeating dynamic layout. Whatever inside repeating dynamic layout, you will be having that. And thereby you again add one more dynamic layout below this. That way you can achieve. Okay.
Oh, but it's already existing one, so I can't make change. Okay,
And
there is
then you,
no
within the
way
repeating
like
layout,
how-
you cannot add any additional layouts. You cannot add any additional controls. Okay.
Okay.
Check with your leads once. Tell them it is not possible like this. Can you can we do like adding one dynamic layout and adding the repeating into dynamic plus one more dynamic below that? If it is okay, then you proceed. Okay now.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye. Okay. Thank you. I'm going to close the meeting. Thank you, everyone. We'll continue tomorrow. Sharp 7 o'clock. Every one of you should connect. Okay. Sharp 7.
Thank you.